The first thing I learned at Rutgers is that nursing is more than a practice. It's a profession that you can carry with you for a lifetime and go in all different directions. I like to always say that St. Francis taught me to care. Rutgers taught me to be curious. I always wanted to be a nurse, by the way. Best decision I ever made. I would repeat it exactly the way I did it. I wanted to go to nursing school because all I really wanted to do was get out and work and be a nurse. I researched BSN programs, and Rutgers always was at the top. And I graduated and got a job at St. Francis, and I spent either 2 or 3 years in finance. And when you talk about an inflection point, it was one of the best experiences of my life because I got to see the business of healthcare. It's a huge business enterprise, and merging both the business parts and the clinical part is the best education I could ever have. You know, I had the opportunity to become the CEO at St. Francis, but it was challenging. There were very few women in CEO positions, especially back then. And you really had to work very hard to be heard, even as the CEO. The governor said, "Would you think about being commissioner?" I didn't have to think very long. I'm a Jersey gal. I've committed my whole career primarily to improving, hopefully, healthcare in New Jersey. My husband died suddenly. We had a lead water crisis in Newark. We had a lead crisis in all of New Jersey, primarily in our cities. We had a flood in one of our major offices. That was all in the first 4 months. And then we started hearing about an outbreak of a strange virus in Wuhan in January. And by February, we had a public health emergency. And by March, the biggest surge in cases in our hospitals and infections in our long-term care facilities that had never been experienced before. And I came to work every day and say, what have I learned over time in my education and my practice that's going to help me through this? And when I said Rutgers taught me to be curious, that curiosity is really what helped. Unbelievably, I was able every day to research, study, look at the science, and then move that into practice. You know, I hope that the Rutgers students today, I hope that they're getting out of it everything that I've gotten out of it. And I hope that that is not only their learnings, but their curiosity. If you're not curious, you don't innovate. If you don't innovate, you don't progress. And that curiosity started with my experience at Rutgers. So I guess that's Scarlet Forever.